rustic scenery here. So how do they make the biryani sauce for biryani at Indian restaurants in the UK? I mean, it varies between restaurant to restaurant, but let's have a look. We're going to be using a nice piece of cassia, 2-star anise. We're going to be using some chili flakes. We've got 1.5 litres of base gravy, some kasuri methi, only the best British Indian restaurant mix powder by Taste of India, available on eBay. That's going to give it absolutely great taste, and that's what the base gravy was made of. And we've got some garam masala to finish the dish off, also Taste of India. Head over to eBay for the best. We've got some tomato puree, some ginger and garlic paste, we've got some yogurt because yogurt goes great with the biryani, a touch of salt and 2 green chilies. But first let's get the wok on, heat our oil. So this is going to give around 6 to 8 portions, so don't be worried about the oil. I'm using ghee, vegetable ghee, just like the restaurants use, Khyber brand. In with a star anise, in with that, look at that lovely piece of cassia. So we just want to flavour the oil first of all. It's a unique combination using star anise and cassia. It's just absolutely delicious. It's going to really infuse the base gravy. Anyway, we'll come back in about 45 seconds. This is just for acidity really. 2 green chilies. All these can be omitted after. It's just to infuse the oil. Next, ready for the splitter, ginger and garlic. Salt to taste. Chili flakes to taste. Gives a little bit of texture as well. So that's the rawness cooked out of the garlic. Next, kasuri methi, really important, dried fenugreek leaves, a good quantity as well, probably around 2 tablespoons. Like I said, we're doing 1.5 litres. Next we can add tomato puree, that's 500 mils, and we've got about a little bit left in another one just to save wastage, and I'm just going to cook that down until we cook the raw taste out of the tomatoes. That's been about 5 minutes, and you can see it's very hot and it's split. So next, generous quantity, it's about 5 heaped tablespoons there of the mix powder. Ooh, I can smell that already. I bet the neighbours are jealous. So I'm just going to cook that down for about 2 minutes now. Did you notice how the mix powder absorbed all the oil? So what I'm going to do now, base gravy's thawed out and done in the microwave, 2 intervals of 5 minutes. That about does it. I think there's a little bit of ice there, but not a problem. I've got ferocious temperature capability with this burner outside, a bit different indoors. So I'm going to be adding each of the 3 base gravies in stages. Going to make sure it's well mixed. Oil split will come back. In with the next base gravy, and so on. So that's all the base gravy added. Garam masala. And we're going to add some yogurt as well. There's about 200 mils there. Will really go great with the biryani. Unless you're having a raita. If you're having a raita, yogurt sauce, it goes great with biryanis as well. I wouldn't put the yogurt in here. So the complete meal has to balance out. So you've noticed I've been using a lot of whole spices lately. But the biryani this is going with doesn't have whole spices. Not many whole spices in British Indian restaurant food as well. The English complain. They don't like whole spices. Generally, not everybody's the same obviously. So we just want to really sweat that away, get some oil splitting. We'll come back in a couple of minutes. So that is perfectly cooked. Just going to let that rest, and we'll come back and have a look what that looks like. So there we have it. Probably a little bit generous on the portion, but that's okay. So I know a lot of vegetables get put into these biryani sauces that accompany biryani in British Indian restaurants, but this is loaded with vegetables as well. So if you were going to do chicken biryani, I'd put the veg in the curry sauce and so on. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Have a great bank holiday weekend. Stay tuned for more great shows. Thanks for supporting.